A bureaucrat is the most despicable of men, though he is needed as vultures are needed. But one hardly admires vultures whom bureaucrats so strangely resemble. I have yet to meet a bureaucrat who was not petty, dull, almost witless, crafty or stupid, an oppressor or a thief, a holder of little authority in which he delights as a boy delights in possessing a vicious dog. Who can trust such creatures? A home without books is a body without a soul. A man would have no pleasures in discovering all the beauties of the universe, even in heaven itself, unless he had a partner to whom he might communicate his joys. A mind without instruction can no more bear fruit than can a field, however fertile, without cultivation. A nation can survive its fools, and even the ambitious, but it cannot survive treason from within. A nation can survive its fools, even the ambitious, but it cannot survive treason from within. An enemy at the gates is less formidable, for he is known and carries his banner openly. But the traitor moves amongst those within the gate freely, his sly whispers rustling through all the alleys, heard in the very halls of government itself. Any man can make mistakes, but only an idiot persists in his error. Anyone may fairly seek his own advantage, but no one has a right to do so at another's expense. As I give thought to the matter, I find 4 causes for the apparent misery of old age. First, it withdraws us from active accomplishments. Second, it renders the body less powerful. Third, it deprives us of almost all forms of enjoyment. Fourth, it stands not far from death. Diseases of the soul are more dangerous and more numerous than those of the body. Do not blame Caesar. Blame the people of Rome who have so enthusiastically acclaimed and adored him and rejoiced in their loss of freedom and danced in his path and gave him triumphal processions. Blame the people who hail him when he speaks in the forum of the new, wonderful good society, which shall now be Rome, interpreted to mean more money, more ease, more security, more living fatly at the expense of the industrious. Enjoy the blessing of strength while you have it, and do not bewail it when it is gone, unless, forsooth, you believe that youth must lament the loss of infancy, or early manhood, the passing of youth. Life's race course is fixed. Nature has only a single path, and that path is run but once, and to each stage of existence has been allotted its own appropriate quality, so that the weakness of childhood, the impetuosity of youth, the seriousness of middle life, the maturity of old age, each bears some of nature's fruit, which must be garnered in its own season. For out of such an ungoverned populace, one is usually chosen as a leader, someone bold and unscrupulous who curries favor with the people by giving them other men's property. To such a man, the protection of public office is given and continually renewed. He emerges as a tyrant over the very people who raised him to power. Friendship improves happiness and abates misery by the doubling of our joy and the dividing of our grief. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of others. I have always been of the opinion that unpopularity earned by doing what is right is not unpopularity at all, but glory. I prefer tongue-tied knowledge to ignorant loquacity. If I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. If we are forced at every hour to watch, or listen to horrible events, this constant stream of ghastly impressions will deprive even the most delicate among us of all respect for humanity. If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. If you wish to persuade me, you must think my thoughts, feel my feelings, and speak my words. In a republic, this rule ought to be observed, that the majority should not have the predominant power. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. It is not enough to acquire wisdom. It is necessary to employ it. It is the peculiar quality of a fool to perceive the faults of others and to forget his own. Let the welfare of the people be the ultimate law. Life without learning is death. Men decide far more problems by hate, love, lust, rage, sorrow, joy, hope, fear, illusion, or some other inward emotion than by reality, authority, any legal standard, judicial precedent, or statute. Morals today are corrupted by our worship of riches. More is lost by indecision than wrong decision. Indecision is the thief of opportunity. It will steal you blind. More laws, less justice. Never was a government that was not composed of liars, malefactors, and thieves. Next to God, we are nothing. To God, we are everything. Nihil est incertius vulgo, nihil obscurius, voluntate hominum, nihil fallacius ratione tota comitiorum. Nothing is more unpredictable than the mob. Nothing more obscure than public opinion. Nothing more deceptive than the whole political system. No man should so act as to make a gain out of the ignorance of another. Nothing is more unreliable than the populace. Nothing more obscure than human intentions. Nothing more deceptive than the whole electoral system. Nothing troubles you for which you do not yearn. People don't know the value of what they have until it is gone. Freedom suppressed and again regained bites with keener fangs than freedom never endangered. Liberty is rendered even more precious by the recollection of servitude. Don't wait till freedom is gone before you enjoy, value, support, protect, and make the most of it. Politicians are not born, they are excreted. Poor is the nation that has no heroes, but poorer still is the nation that, having heroes, fails to remember and honor them. Read at every weight, read at all hours, read within leisure, read in times of labor, read as one goes in, read as one goes out. The task of the educated mind is simply put, read to lead. Silence is one of the great arts of conversation.